Hey everybody, long time no see. I just decided I'd do a video today where all the printers are turned off at the moment, so it's kind of quiet in the garage. They're only turned off. I have a lot of orders. They're only turned off because I got caught up faster than I could get prints started. So what I wanted to talk about today was I keep getting questions asking for an update on what I would choose between the Anycubic Kobra 2 Max and the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max. A lot of people have been asking me that based on the fact that the review I did, it was quite a while ago, and what would I do now, now that I've had them both. I think I'm still pretty well set with what I originally mentioned, and the reason why I say that is because I still feel like the Anycubic Kobra 2 Max is a good beginner printer. The setup was a little easier in my opinion. The overall experience with it has been fine, just like it has with the Elegoo. They're fine printers. They both break, they both fix, both manufacturers have sent me parts when I needed it. The Elegoo for me is a better printer, but I've also modified my Elegoo. So, the reason why people have been asking these questions is because I have more Elegoo printers than I do Anycubic. I have the one Anycubic, and actually technically I have 4 Elegoos. I bought 2 non-working Elegoo Neptune 4 Pluses, and I haven't finished getting them fixed because I've been swamped with orders, so I have just been working on that. So I technically have 4 Elegoo Neptune 4s. I'm currently working with one actually working. The other one in the back over here, I still haven't replaced the bed on because I haven't had time. I hit like 30 orders or something crazy on my Etsy store, and I've just been working to try to keep up and I get down to like 20, 25, and then I go back up to 30, and then I get back down to 20, 25. So it's been crazy. It's a blessing. I appreciate all you guys and your support you guys have done for me for that. As far as those reviews though, those 2 printers, they're good printers. They're not my favorite printers now. I have to say I've kind of gotten spoiled with the Core XYA printers now, and I think that's probably what I'll focus spending my money on in the future as far as printers go. I don't know that I'll buy another bed slinger. Even for the volume, it's just maybe only for the volume. That's probably the only thing. There are a few pieces I print on my big bed slingers that I cannot fit on my other printers. I did just order, I got a chance to order the Creality K2 Plus, I think is what it is, that they're coming out with. I just got a chance to order the 40% off deal, the early bird. So I took advantage of that this morning, and I grabbed one. So when that is available in September of some sort, I should hopefully have one of those I can test and share with you guys. That's a big print volume, 350 by 350 by 350, I believe. So that's a big printer. I do have 2 more printers coming that I have ordered. The Sovol, I think is what it's called, Sovol, I don't know. Anyway, I've got 2 of theirs that are 350 by 350 that are also Core XY printers. So, I think I'm gonna be set as far as big printers go. If you really want my honest opinion on printers, save yourself a headache. Don't buy the Elegoo, don't buy the Anycubic, buy the Chitty X Max 3. Unless you really need that build volume, and if you want to find out if you need that build volume, download a slicer and a slicer profile for one of the 2, the Elegoo, the Anycubic, and download that profile, and then just throw some sliced items on there, slice them, see if it even requires that big of a build plate. For me to need the build plate that these 2 printers require, I normally have to print something to really maximize it. Would be like a chest plate around a 50 size chest or a 48 size chest. That's the only real thing that max out that build volume. So it's not necessarily needed. And if you're a guy, I get a lot of orders for guys that are around 40 chest or below. If you're not bigger than a 40 chest, the X Max 3 is going to be perfect. You're going to be able to print everything on the X Max 3. Maybe not everything. I would say probably 90% of your print. So, I mean, unless you need something really big and you don't want to slice it up, you don't want to cut it up into pieces and print it smaller. But ultimately, I mean, I've been able to print some really awesome stuff on my Chitty X Max 3s. You know, it's $900. I think they're on sale right now. You know, so I know it's more money than you're expecting, but, and you will still get failed prints. I still get failed prints. It's not going to not happen. You know, I've said this before, you know, there are a lot of people out there that like to promote brands and tell you, you know, blow smoke up your butt that it's not going to break, but every printer breaks. Every one of them needs maintenance. So you just have to be willing to work through the issues. Roll the dice, buy a printer. You know, don't take my advice, take my advice. Don't take someone's advice. If you ask 50 people their advice, you'll get 50 different opinions. Some will be similar, but most of them will be different. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you're just going to have to roll the dice and go for the gamble. Hopefully you get one that works really well. If you don't get one that works really well, hopefully the manufacturer is really nice and lets you return it. So that's, you know, I like my Elegoos. They're modified. They're a better printer now, but most people aren't going to want to buy a $400 or $500 printer and then put $200 into it to make it better. I would rather do that than suffer with some of the quality issues. You know, my Anycubic, you know, if you're curious, my Anycubic, the linear rods that the Anycubic uses, I believe the wheels on mine, because they're not palm wheels, they're like a U wheel, I believe. They're made out of metal. I believe mine are starting to wear out because my housing, my hot end assembly wiggles really bad. And no matter how tight I try to adjust the eccentric nuts, it doesn't get any better. So I'm pretty sure the wheels have gotten worn down, and I knew it was going to happen. It's inevitable. Things wear out. So just understand that even with the linear rods on the Anycubic being a better upgrade, they will still eventually wear out. I do print a lot, so keep that in mind. I've had a lot of failed prints even since the last time I did a video. Nothing that I've had to been like, oh my God, you gotta check this out, it's crazy. Just some, you know, stupid crap. You know, a lot of times it's stupid crap. Filament running out, sensor not catching it, you know, jam or clog, just the typical stuff that happens when you're 3D printing. So just keep that in mind, you know, and if you're buying this for a kid, you know, hopefully they have a good attention span, because these do require attention and detail. So, yeah, that's my update. The Anycubic and the Elegoo, there's really no difference. I really do like the user interface access on the Elegoo. That's why I would prefer the Elegoo myself. But if you're not a beginner, go with the Elegoo. Go with modifying a printer that's better. I would personally rather buy a printer and modify it and make it better than buy a printer that is the way it is and will never be better, you know? So it could only ever get worse, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so eventually maybe Anycubic will unlock their user interface and we can use Clipper and that sort of thing and maybe make it better. But anyway, it's a good printer. They're all good printers. Just buy one. Just buy a printer. Another thing I want to hit up on before I end this video, filament. A lot of times I've mentioned the Sunlu or the JO Meta PLA that I use. I really like the Sunlu Meta PLA. It's a good strong PLA. I mean, it just has a really good strong bond. But I recently switched to Elegoo's Rapid PLA Plus. The bond isn't as strong. I'll be honest with you, it's not as strong. It's I've had more issues with layer adhesion mid-print, not first layer adhesion issue, but actual mid-print separations. You know, and I don't print fast, I print slow, which is kind of funny because it's supposed to be for really fast printers and I don't print fast. And when I say that I don't print faster than like 300 millimeters per second, and this stuff's supposed to be rated for up to like 600 millimeters per second, I don't print faster because I get ghosting and that sort of thing in my prints, so I don't like that. But when I switched to Elegoo's Rapid PLA, that stuff, the quality of print, the look of the print itself looks phenomenal. I have to make sure I have to make sure that I have to get good adhesion, which I have been seeing that a much better adhesion lately. I think recently the only issues I've had is with the bed slingers. Those are the only ones that seem to be having issues with it. Ironically, the Elegoo works better with the Sunloo material, and the Anycubic works better with the Elegoo material, which is kind of crazy. My Creality works better with the Elegoo than it does with the Sunloo, and my chitties work really well with both. So yeah, that's my update for you guys. The Chitty Q1 Pros are working great. They're a great small printer if you need something small. I've been kind of surprised about how much bigger things I can get on them, even though they are small. But I still prefer my X Max 3s, my Chitty X Max 3s over all of my other printers. They work. They work when I want them to work. They print quality stuff, and yeah, I like them better. So, but it is important to get the right filament. If you're being cheap, if you're buying cheap filament, and you might be having issues because of that. Sorry, I'm fighting a cold too. So you might have some issues because of the filament you're using. So you just change up your filament, see if that helps. Different brand, that sort of thing, and just try something different. So Elegoo's Rapid PLA is really good. I really liked Elegoo's PLA Pro. That has been my favorite. I just ordered another case of it. I think I'll probably stick with the PLA Pro, but I got to do some more tests. I'll print around with it, play around with it. I've been printing a lot of Helldivers 2 armor. If anybody needs Helldivers stuff, I'm the place for it. I have a few new models that I've actually contracted to have made, armor kits and stuff. So I will be offering a couple more armor kits on my Etsy store that are not available anywhere else, because I had the files created for me specifically. So I have the exclusive rights to a couple different armor kits for Helldivers stuff. So if you are into Helldivers, I'm the dude. It's probably pretty cocky of me. There's probably other people out there. I mean, no, Galactic Armor has tons of stuff. I still have their files, or not files, half their prints. So, I love Galactic Armory prints, by the way. They always turn out really nice. Who else has some really good Helldiver stuff? Dungeons and Starships. He creates some really cool Helldiver stuff. If you're really looking for just the files, Galactic Armory, Dungeons, Starships. Those are two really good Helldiver makers, file makers. What else? What else have I been doing? I printed 2 full-size Spartan, Halo Spartan armor, which is pretty cool. I've got 4 orders for Star Wars armor, so I got to get cracking on some of those. Shore Trooper, that sort of thing, Clone Trooper. So I'm gonna get those done next after the Helldiver stuff's all caught up. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys are having a good time. I know I've been checking in. My wife's doing really well after the surgery. I think we're in our 3rd week now after the surgery. It went really well. I've just been running around with like a crazy person trying to get everything done, orders, and take care of my wife and keep the house clean and everything. So it's been kind of crazy, but I appreciate all you guys' nice comments you guys have made, and everybody that's purchased stuff from me from my Etsy store. I really appreciate you guys' support. That really helps us out financially. So and I'm just gonna keep plugging away. I'm gonna keep doing it, keep growing my little print farm, and hopefully keep sharing videos on how to fix stuff. So I might do a live coming up. I might do another live. I haven't done one in a while. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up and I will try to do a video on that. I'm hoping that this kind of hits on some of the, issues with both printers and why they're basically the same thing. I mean, it really ultimately it's about the same. They're about the same thing. So, but have a great weekend, guys. If I don't get back on here, have a great weekend. And thanks again for everything. You guys are great. Thanks for watching all my videos. And I hope to have another couple of videos here for you shortly.